you may have tried kataifi when it's wrapped around prawns or in Greek desserts, but it's actually quite versatile. You can use it in so many different ways. The origins of the word actually means to shelter, and that's exactly what this pastry is going to do for my next recipe. You can see it's shredded pastry. It looks all tangled, and when this is baked in the oven with a little bit of butter, it becomes so crunchy. So let's work with this pastry first. Don't get overwhelmed with the tangled nature of it. It's quite forgiving. You can tease it apart and you can cut it too. So I'm going to cut a third of this, and now the rest I'll place back into the pack. Place some cling film around it, pop it in the fridge. You can use it for another recipe. Now, in a bowl, I'll add some clarified butter. Clarified butter is just melted butter, and I've taken away the milk solids, leaving us with this golden liquid. Now, I'll pour a small amount into this bowl, and then I'll pull the kataifi apart and then place it in the butter. And then we just want to drench it and coat each individual strand in the butter. Now that the pastry is ready, we can get onto the base of this main dish. This is Swiss chard. You know it's Swiss chard because of that beautiful bright pink vein throughout it. I've taken the stalk off, and I'll just grab a generous handful. I'm going to do a portion of 2, and with my knife, finely shred it. The beautiful thing about this dish, it's all done on one tray. So the base of it is going to be these gorgeous vegetables, then a piece of blue-eye fish, and then for lovely texture, we have the kataifi shelter on the top. So finely shredding the Swiss chard, and you can use spinach with this if you like, into a bowl. Now for some tomatoes. Look how gorgeous these heirloom tomatoes are. This one has a zebra pattern on them. I love the different colours of this. It really makes the dish shine. So we'll cut them into rough shapes. These are in 4. These orange ones are really cute, so we'll cut them in half. And just to complete the rainbow colours, a few yellow tomatoes. Beautiful. Now to flavour this clarified butter, I'm adding some garlic. So garlic butter goes so nicely with some fish. So 1 clove of garlic that I'll finely mince straight into the butter. Just tap that. Then some lemon zest. The zest of half of this lemon is sufficient. And for a pop of saltiness, good old capers, tiny capers if you can find them. These ones are in brine and I've just drained them, so a generous handful of that. A few sprigs of parsley, stalks and all, we'll just scrunch that up and then finely shred it. Now I'll add the parsley to the butter and then just give all of that a swirl to coat all of the ingredients. I'll get a spoon and I'll add 1/4 of this mixture to the Swiss chard, and then I'll toss the Swiss chard and the butter together. It smells just delicious. Now let's start assembling onto a tray some baking paper. I'll divide this mixture in half, so a nice bundle of Swiss chard on one side. You can get your hands in there, and we'll place the other half, making sure we have an even amount of tomato to Swiss chard ratio and all of those little capers. Now for the fish. My fishmonger Manny has given me some beautiful fat fillets of cod. You can use any type of fish you like. However, keep in mind you want the fillet to be quite thick. It's all about timing when it comes to this dish. So I want the fish to cook in the same amount of time as the Swiss chard and as the same amount of time as the kataifi. So the fish can sit on the bed of Swiss chard. I'll season this with a generous amount of sea salt. And then let's not forget about the rest of this flavoured butter. We'll drizzle that over the fish. Look at that, yum-o. And now for our gorgeous kataifi, we'll bring that up here and just tease it apart so we have a little cute bundle. Put it in your hand to make a ball, and then this goes straight on top to cover, or like we said before, shelter the fish. Now I'm going to do that for the second one, and this goes into the oven. I've preheated it at 190 degrees. This is going to take 15 to 20 minutes to cook. How good does this look? Look how the kataifi goes so crunchy and golden. This is a really lovely way to present fish. You know, you've got a really nice Swiss chard bottom, and then we've got the fish cooked to perfection. And then the hero here is that crunchy kataifi on top. This is a beautiful way to serve fish. You've got that great texture from the kataifi pastry. You know what? If you're trying to find a new recipe for fish, this is the one to go for.